Well, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. It is Wednesday, December 28th, 2011, almost at the end of the year. We are in Luke chapter 9, verse 31. When the days drew near for him to be taken up, he set his face to go to Jerusalem. And he sent messengers ahead of him, who went and entered a village of the Samaritans to make preparations for him. But the people did not receive him, because his face was set toward Jerusalem. And when his disciples James and John saw it, they said, "Lord, do you want us to tell fire to come down from heaven and consume them?" But he turned and rebuked them, and they went on to another village. Well, Jesus is trying to go through this Samaritan village. Now it says his face is headed toward Jerusalem. He set his face to go toward Jerusalem because it was time for him to be taken up. In other words, it's time for him to die, be buried, be resurrected, and ascend back to the Father. That's what that language is talking about. So he sent some messengers ahead just to prepare things for him there in this little town. I guess he planned on spending the night or doing something there, but the people didn't want him. It says because his face was set toward Jerusalem. I guess he didn't want to stick around and feed them and do lots of miracles. So since he wasn't going to do all that, they didn't want him. Now, this just tells you a little bit about, excuse me, about human nature here. If you're not giving the people what they want, they're going to turn on you. And what people want is miracles and food. Okay? So if you don't feed them and do miracles, pretty good chance they're going to turn on you. So if people have turned on you, people that used to be with you, and now they've turned on you, they don't want to be with you anymore, don't worry about it. Your attitude should be like Jesus here. Now you see James and John, remember we talked about them yesterday. They're the ones, they wanted to stop, with John anyway, but they usually hung out together. They wanted to stop those guys from casting out demons. Jesus said, "No, let them go." Well, now here they are. They want to call down fire from heaven to destroy this little town. I mean, it really ticks them off that this town doesn't want to have anything to do with them. Jesus rebukes them. He says, just leave them alone. We got better things to do. And that should be your attitude. You know, if I was dealing with a guy yesterday, and he just was really, well, I guess I got to be real careful how I say it, but we'll just say he was a jerk, okay? He was an absolute jerk. Now, I could try to get revenge, or I could, get all kind of upset about him or anything. Best thing to do is just leave him alone. Just go on to somewhere else. There's going to be people that are going to accept you. There's going to be people that want you. There's going to be people that want to hear your message, and people that love you. So you need to turn away from all the negative people. All those people who are the haters is the common term now. You need to just leave the haters and go toward people that are going to be more friendly, more accepting. Jesus said in another place, if a town rejects you, to shake the dust off your feet and go somewhere else. And really that applies to relationships too. Now, not to marriage and not to your family. Okay, we're not talking about that. But otherwise, just be careful about the kind of people you hang with. You don't need to be hanging with people that are always negative. A lot of you watch this on Facebook, and I have disfriended some people because they were always negative. Never positive. Never had anything nice to say. And you might need to do that too. Go through your Facebook friends, and if some of them are just negative all the time, well, just unfriend them. It's not that hard to do. Hey, life, we've got too many more important things to do than to fool around with people that don't like us. And just remember, there's going to be people that don't like you, and don't let it faze you. People didn't like Jesus. That's cool. That's fine. You're not doing anything wrong. You just keep going, and we're going to come back tomorrow. And that's one of the causes of following Jesus, is the fact you're not going to be real popular. But we're going to look at some more serious costs of following Jesus. Very special, very important program tomorrow on the next edition of Take 5.